Don't worry, we are going to get to Absol, J. Cole, and everything else that dropped to keep my ass busy this month, but first we got to talk about this project because I don't want you guys to sleep on it. What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But very quickly, we are going to talk about this Smoke Dza and Pete Rock album called Don't Smoke Rock. And that is some damn good advice unless you want to end up blowing dudes in a back alley like Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny. And I don't think anyone wants to do that, so please take their advice and don't smoke rock. Now, Smoke Dza is a Harlem MC who's been active since the early 2000s, and Pete Rock, of course, is a legendary MC and producer, most known for his work in the 90s with CL Smooth. But overall, when people think of Pete Rock, they just think of all the contributions he made as far as beats go, because he is one of the beat masters. He's been at it for a long time, and you're definitely going to hear it on this project because he's bringing a lot of dope horn samples, string samples, a lot of thick drums. He's really just showing you why he's one of the best in the game and why he has the respect that he so deserves. And even though Smoke Dza holds his own on this one with his bars, I especially think he killed it on Wild 100s, which is one of his solo tracks where he's showing love to us Canadians and also Tim Hortons, because you got to have your Timmies. If you don't have that in the morning, you might kill somebody. Even though he kills it on some moments, I really think the guest feature stole the show here because there are a lot of really good names on here that I think you guys are going to appreciate, and you're going to appreciate the bars that they're bringing as well, man. You got Royce the 5'9" on Hold the Drums, and the beat on this matches the title because you're getting some very minimalistic production, and Royce comes through with some hilarious bars about how the stress has his hairline so fucked up that he has to hatfish girls like Memphis Bleek and LL Cool J. And I never heard that phrase before, hatfish, but I'm definitely going to use that because my hairline is fucked up too. It's like the McDonald's arch, so I can relate to what Royce is saying on that one, and it is much appreciated. You're also going to get Dza Is on the single Limitless. This one is a horn banger, but all he gets to do is hook duty, which was a bit disappointing because I think Dza Is has had one hell of a year. His album was dope. He had a lot of good lines on there, and they should have gave him a verse, but once again, Smoke Dza holds his own. This is one of the standout tracks for sure, and you're also going to get Cameron on Moving Weight Part 1, where Cameron comes through with, you know how it is, man. He always says some silly, goofy, corny shit, but he manages to make it sound good. Like there's a line on here about how he puts a condom on and his dick is a rubber ducky and the girl's tongue is exquisite like a lizard, or I don't know, man. I can't really defend this shit. I just think Cameron sounds cool when he says weird shit because it's 2016 and I am still getting the computers putin'. He's just a legend in that way. So I liked him on that song. If you don't like Cameron, obviously, you know, there's nothing in his verse that's going to make you a big fan. But I think the feature that stood out to me the most is Rick Ross on Black Superhero Car, man. I love this beat, has a really dope string sample on it, and Rick Ross comes with one of his better verses this year because he's actually rapping some real shit, and he has this line about how he's got calluses in his Gucci slippers. So you don't really want to think about his dusty, crusty ass feet, but I like that line because he's just saying that he had to work hard in order to get those material things. So that was a standout track for sure. And there were a lot of tracks on here that I really liked, including some of the ones that get even busier with the features. Like the song Milestone. This one is very smooth and jazzy with features from Styles P and Jadakiss. And you also get BJ the Chicago Kid on the hook, who is quickly becoming one of hip-hop's hook masters, man. Every time I see him featured on a chorus, I know he's going to smash the shit, and he definitely does on here. And this one is also cool because of the content, because it's very street, very inspirational, as Dza, Jadakiss, and Styles P are just rapping about certain milestones you might hit in the street, whether it's not going to jail, making it to the age of 30, just these types of things. So it is very uplifting in that street thug motivation type of way. And the other track on here that gets very busy, I know I'm just bounced around from track to tracks, but honestly, man, I just want to talk about this one quick, get it done. I like this album a lot. I'm not trying to be quick to take away from it, but there's just so many albums to review, man. I got to get this shit done, man. You know how it is, man. I'm out here hustling with these damn reviews, but Dusk to Dusk is another busy one. This one is also very smooth, probably the brightest track on here, very happy and uplifting, nice hook from the mind, and you do get solid verses from Big Crit, Dom Kennedy, and Dza. Although the verses didn't really blow me away on this one, it was more the beat and just the overall sound that did it for me. But that's not to take away from it because it's still a dope track and one of my favorites for sure. All that said, this is a really dope album. You definitely want to check it out if, like I said, you like that classic style hip hop and you just want some bars. But there were a couple of moments on here I didn't really care for. Some of Smoke Dza's solo tracks were a little bit underwhelming, like I Ain't Scared and One of One. Both of these have productions that are some of the weaker ones on the album because they just kind of loop with not too much going on. There's not a lot of layers, instruments, or anything interesting like that. And the outro track Until Then with Mac Miller just kind of dragged on for me. Didn't care much for this production. It makes use of a sample that I know I've heard on multiple songs before, and Mac Miller is just on here with some filler bars. He says he's a Power Ranger in an Audi. He gives girls wood like a carpenter. It just, you know, those three tracks just really didn't do much for me. Still don't think they're all out awful and trash tracks. I can understand why people would like them, but there are just way better songs on this project. And overall, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's not really anything overly unique or different. There aren't any strong concepts or themes on here, really. Maybe a couple, like I said, with that street inspiration on the track with Jada and Styles P, but it doesn't really go too deep or anything like that. This is just about the beats and bars, and I definitely appreciate it. So a 3.5 out of 5 seems fair to me, but you guys can hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts. Hopefully you didn't sleep on this one with all the great records dropping this year, especially this month, because I think this one is really dope. Not going to make my top 10, but it's up there, man. It's very close, I would say. So check it out. Let me know what you think, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially got to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.